Hi, so today I'm going to review Allegiant by Veronica Roth, and I'm also going to tell you why I liked the ending of this book and what happened. So yeah, that's a very unpopular opinion, so if you want to know why I like the ending and why I like that Veronica Roth ended things the way that she did, then keep watching. So this review is going to be spoiler free even if you haven't read the first two books, Divergent and Insurgent, which I have done reviews of in the description box below. You can check them out. But yeah, so definitely check these books out. They're amazing. Divergent is amazing. Allegiant is what happens after Insurgent, and that's basically all I can tell you. It's the final book in the series. The things I liked about this book. I really like Veronica Roth's writing style, and I love that she answered all of my questions in this book. All the questions that I had in Divergent and Insurgent are answered in this, which is great because it's the last book and it's the last chance she had to answer all the questions, so she had to answer them. And I also liked the development of the main characters and also the development of the main relationship in the book. It got really complicated, and I liked that it kind of grew because of that. And the other thing that I really liked about this book was that there was a real effort to make the reactions of the characters real and honest, and I really appreciated that. Now on to the things that I didn't like. So, first of all, one of the things I loved about Divergent and Insurgent was how fast-paced they were. This book was not. It was like the opposite. It was so slow, and I understand it's because an explanation to everything was being given, and that's one of my other problems with this book. I felt like the explanation was a little bit too thorough, which is a weird complaint to have, but it was just too much explanation. I was like, where is the action coming? I get it now. I understand the things. Now can we get to the action, please? And just the whole explanation itself, to be honest, was kind of underwhelming. It was kind of like, oh, well, I mean, I guess that makes sense, but still, it's kind of a little bit, you know, I don't know. I was expecting something epic, and this was not epic. Also, I said one of the things I really liked about this book was that the reactions of the characters were honest and real. However, sometimes the main characters specifically, when they were with each other, did things that I just was not expecting, and I was like, I don't know if that's something they would do. That seems weird. I know that they were progressing and that they were changing, but it didn't seem like them. Also, Four's perspective in this book. This book gives us perspectives from Four, and I just felt like, is that what Four is like? Like, is this what he's actually like? He seems way more emotional than I thought he was, and I don't know, he just doesn't seem like I thought he was. He reacted to things really different to how I thought he would, and I don't know, it was a surprise, and I didn't feel like it was him some of the time. As well as that, I felt like sometimes the perspectives of the two main characters of the book, the two perspectives we get to see, were kind of very similar sometimes, and I would be reading and sometimes not know who I was reading from their perspective until I saw a name, so that's not good when they're so similar to each other, even though I felt like Four is so much more emotional than Tris is. Also, the book, like I said, was really slow. The start of the book was really, really drawn out, and up until like, I would say like here in the book, it was just so slow and so predictable, and then finally the action came, and it was just like, finally! But you came really, really, really late. The last thing I didn't like about this book was that I felt like we didn't get enough of the side characters. I don't know, I just found them to be really interesting, even the ones that were introduced in this book, and I just would have liked to see more of their story because they seemed really interesting, and to be honest, I was tired of the main characters because they were like, I'm just tired of them, just tired. I just wanted there to be something to happen that was interesting instead of all this talk about explanations and emotions and just, oh gosh. So I'm gonna give this book 3 out of 5. I did kind of like it. I liked it as like the final book in the series. Like, it ended things, it explained everything. The end of this book was good. But I just felt like as a book, as a whole, it just wasn't very good. It was boring. It felt like it was like in another series, like written by another author. It just, you know, it just felt so different from Divergent and Insurgent in comparison to action and my interest level. So yes, 3 out of 5. So now I'm going to talk about why I liked the end of the book, why I liked the event that happened at the end that everyone else seems to not like. And if you like the way that this book ended, tell me in the comment section below so that I don't feel all by myself. So if you haven't read Allegiant, then don't watch this part of the video. This is a spoiler section because I'm going to talk about why I like the end of the book, and I'm going to like mention what happens. So don't watch this, click away, goodbye. So if you haven't read Allegiant, then you definitely shouldn't be watching right now because I'm about to spoil it. So yes, this is going to be specifically about this end of the video part. Is going to be about the fact that Veronica Roth killed off her main character Tris at the end of this book, and why I'm happy with that decision and with the end of this book. So first of all, I want to say that I think it's really brave that she actually decided to do that and went through with it. Like, it's a really huge decision to make, to kill your main character off. And it's a huge thing to do, so I think she's really brave to have actually gone through with it. So why I liked the end. First of all, I think it's a really strong ending for a really strong character, and it also shows that, like, it adds some truth to the story for me, because Triss has been through so much and she survived so much, and I know that people wanted her to, like, survive the end of the book, and it would have made it so great for them, which I completely understand, but I feel like it shows that you can actually die. Like, there are things that you can't survive, that death is something that can happen. It adds so much more to the fact that she survived these other things, because, you know, it showed that she could have died. But that was actually a risk, that it was something that could happen. And so I just think it added so much to the previous books in the series and to the story as a whole. One of the themes in this book is sacrifice, and I feel like her dying shows that so incredibly well. Like, there's really no other way to show it better than that. She sacrificed herself, her life, and I feel like that just showed it so well, and I feel like also the theme of sacrifice in this book kind of foreshadowed the fact that she was gonna die. Like, it just felt right to me that she died. It wasn't like a happy experience. I wasn't happy that she died, obviously, but I just felt like it was right for the story. It felt like it was maybe going to happen because of the theme of sacrifice. And it just was such a strong end, and I really liked the way that it ended because of these reasons. The final reason that I like the end of the book is because of an interview that Veronica Roth did that I will link in the description box below. And in the interview, she talks about why she decided to kill off Triss. And she says that she decided to kill her off basically when she was writing Divergent, or like in the first draft or something of Divergent, I can't remember, but like from the very start she knew that Triss was going to die. And the reason is that in Divergent she is trying to sacrifice herself before, but it isn't right. She doesn't know what sacrifice is truly, and so she doesn't die. In the second book she tries to sacrifice herself again through the execution, but it doesn't happen. It isn't the right situation, so she doesn't die. And then in the third book she finally realizes and understands what sacrifice is. And so then she sacrifices herself and she dies. I love that continuity. I love that it's a theme and an overarching like thing that was happening throughout all the books. It makes me value them so much more, and it makes me really like the author as well, because to have something happen over all three of those books and to have this theme be something that connects the books together is really amazing and really cool. But yeah, I also have read a lot of people who've said that once she sacrificed herself for her brother, that was her like learning what sacrifice was, and that once she had done that she could have survived, and like if she still would have like learned what sacrifice was and sacrificed herself but survived at the end. I understand that, but at the same time I feel like if she had all of a sudden survived afterwards, it would have slightly trivialized the theme, and because it's such a huge part of the book, like once you know that it's something that was from the very beginning, was her learning what sacrifice is, for her to all of a sudden turn around and survive and walk into, Veronica Roth says something like walk into the sunlight together with four, like just to turn around and have a happy ending just because it's, I don't know, happier, would have trivialized the theme, and I really would have hated it that would have happened. So I really like that, you know, it ended strong. It just followed this thing that was happening in all the books, and that it just showed Triss is such a strong character and someone who's learned what sacrifice is and has shown this theme that is in all the books in such a strong way and in such a unique way as well. So that's why I like the ending. If you have any thoughts about it, or if you want to, I don't know, disagree with me or tell me something, tell me your thoughts, then definitely do so in the comment section below. I hope you have enjoyed this, and I am so sad that this series is over, but it was a really great series. But yeah, so that's it. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.